Welcome back. This is the first episode in the Building a Lifetime Layout series for the Hidden Yard. The first thing we've done is gone ahead and laid a new panel right here on top of the parking top cover. We created a new layer which I'm calling Hidden Yard. The height of this new panel is 127.3 millimeters from the base. It's 127.3 millimeters up, which is exactly 1/10 of 1 millimeter higher than the parking top cover. If we rotate the base down, you can see that the two layers are so close together that you cannot tell them apart. This means that any building that we put up on here, altering the terrain height, will not show from underneath. The track from below, from the Hidden Yard, or from the parking level, comes out right here, and I went ahead and I created a couple of small little holes right here. The purpose for that is so that we could bring the track through, and when we put the tunnel in, we'll go ahead and we'll cut this the appropriate size so that it does not show up inside the tunnel as the track goes down. We painted this top layer, the Hidden Yard base, the same texture at the same scale as the parking top cover. So when we turn one off and turn it back on, you can't really see any difference. That way the underneath and the top side match. And in just a few minutes we'll be starting to lay a series of track curves that go around here like this, and I'll show you that in a minute or so. Okay, now that we've got the base for the Hidden Yard placed, we're going to look first at the plans for the Hidden Yard, and we'll be working on putting track in here that curves around and goes up to basalt, along with a piece of track that curves around here and goes back like this. To calculate the diameter of the curve, we took the distance from the top to the bottom, which is 3050. We subtracted a 200 millimeter or 20 centimeter edge border on the top and bottom, and that gave us 2650. Divide that by 2, and that's the radius for our outer curve. So we'll now go ahead and we'll look at that. So we've actually already laid the track, but this track, the outer track, if we check, has a radius of 3025. Now we're using track spacers here and here at the bottom, and those track spacers have a length or a width of 119.54 millimeters. And so the edge from here to here is the distance between the outer and the inner track. The inner track is the radius of the outer track minus the track spacing width. And so that turns out to be 1205.46. And then we went ahead and we laid track all the way up around to the top. We've also got a couple of pieces here we'll be working with a little bit later on. Now that we've got the track laid from one side over to the other, I went ahead and copied the track standoffs and pasted a copy here at the end. Now the track standoffs on this side here are 50.8 millimeters or 2 inches above the surface of the hidden yard. The track standoffs on this side are 5 inches above the track standoffs on this side, or 7 inches above the surface of the hidden yard base plate. I then went ahead and selected all of the track here and put them in as a group. And then once they were grouped, I went ahead and adjusted the view so that I could get a good point for the tracks, and then deselected the group, clicked on the one track here and raised it up to meet the track standoff, and I did the same thing on the other side. And so if we go ahead and adjust this, you can see that the track gradually increases in height all the way over to this point where it's 5 inches above the point where it started here. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to adjust the terrain underneath the track. And we'll do the same thing here. Now I left the last few sections of track over in here unadjusted. So we'll go ahead and we'll adjust the terrain for these tracks that are selected.